Politics. Politics without ideology is directionless, and without public service is transaction. Jai Bharat, Jai Samvidhan. Respected jury members and my dear audience. This is Tamanna Bhoi going to represent my independent thought in the favor of the motion that yes, politics need to be guided by ideology and public service. Before getting into this debate, we really need to understand the meaning of the term politics. Well, for me, politics is not about only elections, forming political party, governing, acquiring power or authority. Rather, it's a process that form and define the society. It defines the societal structure, growth, development, and economy. It answers the very important question that how the justice will be established, how the resources will be distributed, what are the values that need to be protected, and most importantly, what is the future and what will be the future of the tomorrow's state. According to Aristotle, he said that state does not merely exist for the life, but rather for a good life. Similarly, politics is not about only governing, but in a better way of governing. So politics is not about only administrative management, rather an ethical management. But what is that thing that made it ethical? That is the ideology. What is ideology? A systematic way of belief system, vision, virtue, or values. Well, it is the ideology that decides the manifesto of any political party. It is the ideology that answers this question whether the government will have the free economy or the regulated economy. It is the ideology that makes the voters to decide whom to vote and who will be their future representative. And as per the words of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he said that politics must be guided by constitutional morality and social justice. And political democracy cannot survive without social democracy. In the word of M.K. Gandhi, he said, politics without principle is one of the 7 sins. Now, the term public service. Well, public service basically means the deliverance of the service by the government for the collective well-being or welfare of the community or the people without generating any profit, self-interest. So, it is not about generating capital or money. It is rather about serving the people. Well, imagine public service without politics or politics without public service. So there will be no service ethic. And without any civic ethic, what will happen? A lot of corruption, dynastical politics, popularism, opportunistic politics, self-interest politics, where the interest of the mass, majority, vulnerable, marginalized community will be completely neglected and ignored. And this is not what we are supposed to be in a democratic society. So without public service, politics will rather be an accumulation of power to help and to serve the people who have a lot of money or a nexus with the politicians. So now let us ascertain what are the basic important reason which is required in the politics defined by the ideology or the public service. First, the ideology give a moral, ethical, philosophical direction. So just tell me, what are the reasons behind the political crisis happening in India right now? What are we watching? We are watching a criminalization of politics. It means a lot of criminals are there in the parliament or in the assembly who have severe cases against them. Why are we watching people or politicians shifting party or forming alliance with the different ideological conflict? So why the person or the politician who is cutting the forest later becoming the forest minister? This is because they lack the ideology, they lack the moral and compassion and ethical value. And this happens when the politics is not with the ideology. Then public service give the moral legitimacy to the institutions and the government. So public trust is the most important thing. And legitimacy is given by the politicians, by the politics, by the government institution. As Max Weber said, that the authority can sustain for a long period when it is viewed as legitimate by the society. Then public service serve the public oriented interest, not the political oriented interest. When the politicians or the politics is much more interested in the media appearance, in the popularism, in getting the PR, right there the public service is redirecting or focusing their attention on health, education, welfare, institution formation, better education, because this is what the state is about. Then the ideology gives you a constitutional, democratic or morality. In the Indian Constitution, Article 38 talks about the state shall promote welfareism. Article 39 talks about state shall ensure adequate livelihood, reduce the inequality and also reduce the concentration of the wealth and easy or equitable distribution of resources. Why these things are so? To ensure that there will be no discrimination or no inequality in the society. And then the public service also talks about institutional trust. How it happens when the leader are working for the people, then the people will also work for them. They will cooperate them. This will encourage the civic participation, political friendship, alliance, or the cohesion among the people. And when these things are not happening, so what will happen? We will see a lot of disturbances, conflict, cynicism among the people, polarization, or disturbances in the society, which will break the law and order situation in the society. This happens when ideology and public service are not there with the politics. Well, as a student of political science, I think that the politics is just like a ship just navigating in the ocean of the state, and if there is no steering, that is the public service, then it will be a ship navigating nowhere in the ocean. It has no destination, it has no island. So to bring them into a regulation and to bring them into an alliance system, these three things need to be interconnected, forming a triangle, because this is what the democratic ethics is about, and this is what Dr. Ambedkar has to say, that constitutional morality can only be established when the leaders are democratically ethical. So ethical leaders are the good leaders, and any politician who lack ethics, who lack the spirit of public service, never will have a character, never will be a politician, because politics is not about a career. It is not about earning money. Rather, it's a service. It's a social service. It's not a career. It's a way of serving a lot of people while having the authority. In the nutshell, I want to say that politics is the action, ideology is the vision, and public service is the purpose. With this, I am Tamanna Bhoi, winding up. Thank you and have a nice day.